Good morning, everybody. Just a few opening remarks. I guess the main reason why we have called for this extraordinary meeting among trade ministers probably comes not as a surprise for anyone. I guess it's right to say that our trade relations with the US is on a critical juncture. It is important that we stand united. What we experienced this weekend, with the American president threatening with a new additional tariff, is very worrying, and therefore I have decided to call for this meeting so we can have an honest discussion among trade ministers how to respond. We do not want any kind of trade war with the US. It will be devastating not just for the Americans but also for Europe. So we don't want to escalate things. Then on the other hand, we also need to, I would say, flash some muscles. And I think we shouldn't leave out any possibilities. We have to prepare for countermeasures, and we must stay open for using all the tool in the toolbox, so to say. We want to support our negotiating team with our trade commissioner in front. He has done an exceptionally good job under very difficult circumstances. Personally, I had the opportunity to meet the Secretary of Trade, Løkke, in Washington, D.C. Last week, which gave me some kind of insight. So I think Šefčovič needs all the support we can give him, and therefore I hope for an honest discussion with clear conclusions, and keeping up unity is of course the most important thing. Apart from that, I think we also, even though we are living in times of unpredictability, there's also possibilities. US is a big and important trade partner, but if you look at the figures, they only count for or participate in something like 13% of global trade. So there's still 87% outside US, and I think everybody sense a readiness in other corners of the world to reach out for Europe. I very much welcome the agreement in principle with Indonesia during this weekend. It's something we will push for to continue and finalize these negotiations. And then, of course, it will also be a top priority to get the Mercosur agreement over the finish line during the Danish presidency. I think I will leave it at that.
So you said you should flash some muscles, but are they doing this if they suspend the countermeasures further?
I mean, I think we should be honest. This is about striking a balance, and we still have until the 1st of August to finalize these agreements or negotiations. Even though we haven't had the meeting yet, I'm sure a clear conclusion will be that we want an agreement with US, but it must be a fair deal. We are 450 million citizens in the European custom unit, which give us a lot of leverage. So we want a deal, but there's an old wording saying if you want peace, you have to prepare for war, and I think that's where we are. Of course, we shouldn't impose countermeasures on this stage, but we should prepare to be ready to use all the tools in the toolbox.
Where did the confidence go?
Pardon?
Where did the confidence go to counter Trump? I think it sounds quite different than at the beginning of the year.
Well, first of all, I think we have confidence in our own negotiating team, and that is the most important thing. I guess everybody realized that we are dealing with a counterpart who is, to put it diplomatic, not as predictable as one could wish, but that's the reality of life, something we have to deal with. And I guess the best position for us is to stay united, to have the discussion among ourselves in closed settings, and to communicate in the open space with a very, very clear message. And I hope that that clear message will be We don't want any kind of trade war. It is in no one's interest. We want a fair deal. But, of course, if we are met with tariffs, which is unfair, we should be ready to countermeasure this.
To what extent do you think you could come across as weak by further suspending the countermeasures?
But I don't think this is weakness. It's a clear signal that we don't want to escalate things. But it can't stand alone, and therefore we also should prepare not only for re-entering these, countermeasures which we have suspended, but also new countermeasures. And this is what we have to discuss today, and I think we can come back to this after the meeting.
Do you expect the ministers to back this second larger package of countermeasures?
I hope that we will stand united. First of all, I think I have called for this meeting so that Šefčovič can give all of us an update. I have been in close contact with him also during my own personal visit in Washington last week. And I'm pretty convinced when he have, given us all the details of what's going on and what is the way forward, I'm pretty convinced that we will have a united and clear stand on all this after the meeting. Thank you.